You know that moment when your house just feels too big? You no longer need four bedrooms, and the yard work seems so tedious these days. Are you dreaming of a fresh start, maybe somewhere out of Washington? No one talks about how complicated it feels. Selling, buying, timing it all right, finding the next perfect place to call home? Well, I'm going to talk about it today. How do you sell your current home and buy another without it all falling apart in the middle? What if the timing doesn't line up? What if you get stuck with two mortgages? Or worse, where will I live between buying and selling? That's a lot to juggle, but you're not alone. These are very common concerns. But the good news is there are proven strategies to make the process smoother than you think. Did you know that some homeowners plan for overlapping costs, like budgeting for dual mortgages or double utilities, just for a couple months? It can sound daunting, but with the right plan, you can make it work. Sometimes we can even pull off same day closings on both homes, but it's always good to have a plan B. Today, we're breaking down how to sell and buy your home at the same time, and how to do it without extreme stress and sleepless nights. The very first step is to plan before you list. Before that for sale sign even hits your yard, we're going to sit down and make sure we have clarity of your goals and steps. Where do you want to go? What's your timeline? What does your new downsized life look like? If you're planning to buy before you sell, we will explore financing options if you need them, like bridge loans or home contingencies. The goal is to take the guesswork out of your move so there are no last minute surprises. Step 2 is master the timing. Coordinating closings can be very tricky. This is where strategy matters the most. You can negotiate for a flexible closing date. You just have to make sure that the buyer's lock won't expire if they're locking in their mortgage. That is, if they're getting a loan. If it's cash, you can negotiate however much you'd like. You can also request a rent back, which means you're able to stay in your house for a short time after it closes. Sometimes you will have to pay rent to the buyer. Sometimes you can negotiate no rent. It really depends on what the market is. This can be up to 60 days if the buyer's getting a loan. If it's past 60 days, then the buyer has to purchase it as a rental property. If the buyer's paying cash, then you can negotiate however long you would like. This helps you avoid that awkward in-between stage where you're not sure where you're going to live. Or you might structure an offer on your new place contingent on the sale of your existing home. This would be if the market allows. I will caution you, it is very rare to get an offer accepted on the contingency of your home selling. It typically can happen during certain times of the year when the market is slow, but that adds more risk for both of you. Your home has to sell within a set timeline, and if it doesn't, you could lose your perfect home. Or worse, you can get bumped by a buyer, and then your plans all change. Sometimes the trickiest part is the in-between. Some buyers opt in for a short-term rental or even plan a little mini vacation. Some people even stay in their trailer in a park. These are just some ways to bridge the gap without the extra stress. You can even maybe move in with a relative if needed. There also are many loan programs that can take the stress out of buying and selling at the same time. Maybe you have enough equity in your existing home to buy your new smaller home outright. You can use a home equity line of credit to do this. A home equity line of credit does not cost any money up front, and you only get charged interest or principal and interest depending on how you structure it when you use the money. Then you can pay this loan off when your existing home sells. This is the least expensive option for loans, but you do have to qualify and have the income to support it. There are also buy before you sell programs called bridge loans. There's a program called knock that qualifies you based on the equity of your home, and you don't have to qualify for both mortgages. Many other bridge loans, you have to qualify for both mortgages, and many people can't do that. The downside to this is there is a cost involved. It's not horrendous, but sometimes you will incur the cost in another way if you wait too long or if you don't use this program. So it's good to do your pros and cons. Step 3, selling for top dollar. That's what we all want, right? When it comes to selling, you want top dollar. And that's where smart preparation matters. Preparing your home for sale does not have to cost you thousands. and it doesn't have to become a second job. Little upgrades like touch-up paint or fresh paint, a little landscaping, and decluttering can do wonders. Professional staging and photos bring buyers in quicker, so you have leverage to negotiate your next purchase. Be sure to grab my free report on 9 things every homeowner needs to do before selling. You can find it in the description. Another option available to you is a program called Market Ready Plus that John L. Scott provides. This program advances funds from the equity of your home to you for you to do pre-listing enhancements, repairs, cleanup, updates to your home so that your home can be move-in ready and you can get top dollar for your sale. The good thing is you don't pay interest in most cases. You may also be able to use these funds for a temporary rental or to get a rental set up prior to selling your home. If you would like information on this program, type Market Ready in the comments. It's a great program and it can be very useful. Pricing your home correctly and presenting your home beautifully can attract buyers quickly, giving you the flexibility and leverage for your next step. Step number 4, simplifying the logistics. Let's be honest, moving after years of living in the same home can be emotional and exhausting. That's why you shouldn't have to do it alone. I work with trusted movers and handymen to make the process easier and smoother for you. Lean on professionals for packing and decluttering, shipping, and settling into your new home. Every step can be coordinated so you can move at your pace and save a little stress. Just last month, I helped a couple who lived in their home for 32 years. They were nervous about being homeless in between their buying and selling. We set up a rent-back agreement and scheduled their closings just a few days apart. They spent a weekend at their daughter's, and by Monday, they were unlocking the door to their new place. No stress and no rush. If this sounds like the kind of guidance you need, let's talk. I offer a complimentary moving strategy session, and I'm always here for any questions you have. No pressure and no pushy sales, just advice. If you found this video helpful, push the like button and the subscribe so that you see my upcoming videos. This also helps other people in your same situation to be able to see my videos. Drop a comment below on your biggest question about buying and selling at the same time. I'm Karen Jackson with John L. Scott Real Estate in King County, Washington, and I'm one of the good Karens. Thanks so much for watching.